telling us to wait, but we were already.
We were ready.
It's the home opener.
We were born ready.
We're not supposed to get it right the first time.
No.
And we are ready. Do we have any idea who this is on your screen appearing right now? Welcome everybody back to the Sarnia Sting, getting ready to kick off the campaign for 2019-2020.
Yes, sir.
You believe we've been here 5 years now?
Get out of town.
This is coming into the fifth. Well, I've been here 5 years.
Yeah, sure. Well,
I think you've been here 4. But
4 of them, yeah, for sure. Something like that.
I look back, I reflect, and I go, wow, a lot of things have changed with the Sarnia Sting over the years.
It sure has.
And this is going to be no different of a
No, it's been
season.
a ton of fun, too, for sure.
It's interesting to look out there. I was listening to CHOK earlier today.
Right.
They were talking, Josh Boyce was talking with Nick Sinclair.
Okay.
And his comments were, the nucleus of this team is very young.
It is.
But surrounding that are some great veterans that, once we can get the two to mix together, could create some great possibilities.
Yeah, you know what I like, because there's a couple of things that happen when you have that sort of dynamic going on, right? Because the young guys come in here with a lot of passion, a little bit of aggression.
You remember when you were young?
100%.
Take on the world, Ma.
Absolutely. Yeah. And on top of that, I mean, I think they're most of them are probably pretty happy to be here.
I would think so.
In the O, playing this level of hockey. I mean, these are some good guys, some skilled guys. So,
yes.
And then, when you add that to some experience and stuff like that, that's what builds a development program, right? And I think when we look around the OHL, the teams that typically tend to be up on top of the league are those that really focus on development of their players.
Yes.
Right? And they build that dynamic early. And certainly the Sting, I think, have struggled with that in the past, but I mean, I like the way it looks now. I really do like that, that they're developing their players, instead of focusing on that core of experienced players and adding on the new guys as secondary.
Yeah.
We got a nice new core of young guys with some experience kind of driving them forward. I like that dynamic a whole lot better. I think that's going to bode well for us this season.
Well, I had Lee Cunningham join me on the show a few weeks ago when we were talking about this upcoming season, and I said, nobody likes to look back, but let's focus on the positives.
Yeah, for sure.
What happens, or what things happened with the Sarnia Sting last year that they need to hold on to? What gaps were missing that need to be filled this year?
Right. Well, I think, we talked about it a lot over the last couple of years. I mean, there are a couple of key things that I thought worked really, really well for the Sting. One of the things that happened last year, early on in the year, was they had a real focus on trying on speed. They wanted to be first to the puck, you know what I mean? And they wanted to be able to create opportunities by being first to the puck. And having that speed, you know what, that's one of the things we did really well last year. We had a couple of our regular guys, more experienced guys that were still
Franco?
quick. We're going to miss Franco still.
I saw Franco in the summer, and I
did you?
gave him a big hug. I said, I talk about you a lot. He goes, I know.
But he was a great player. I mean, because he had that speed that we were looking for, right? And I think that, with some new additions, Ty Voigt, I mean, he's young. He's a little smaller, but he's quick. Wow, he's quick. I saw him a little bit during camp. I think he's going to be real exciting this year. We'll see what happens. Yeah. And we've got a good, strong, quick forward group right now, which I think, if they keep that focus up, I'm pretty happy about that. I think the next thing is that I know that I heard during training camp, one of the other focuses they were trying to bring in was they want to start looking at focusing a bit more on defense and stopping pucks from going in the net because of the stats from last year. We scored well. We did. We really did score well, but we lost a bunch of games because we were getting scored on a little bit more than we probably should have. You counteract that a little bit with some focus on some defense and shoring up and having, and not having to have our goalies, stand on their head and spit quarters. Well, I think that's going to be another
defense
really
is certainly something that we talked about a lot. That I think said we don't need everybody in that corner all the time. You got to let the defense do their thing and come out. And we saw a little bit of that, if I recall, later in the season, but it was almost a little too late, right?
Well, and I think I heard a quote during training camp from Coach Hatcher something along the lines of, I think you're going to be impressed by our size at the blue line.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see that happen.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, and Kelton Hatcher, we can talk about him, right? Oh,
Sure.
There's our friend Bill. Hello, Bill.
Hey, Billy.
Kelton Hatcher is one of those guys that I'm really glad to still see here, because he knows how to take them hits, and he knows how to get in there and do it right. And he's a big fella. It's in the genes of that family for sure, right?
And he brings a little more aggressiveness to the play, and I
absolutely.
like that. I think let's not kid ourselves. It's OHL hockey. I mean, you need a little bit of that to make it in this league.
Now let's talk a little bit about OHL hockey and just define a little bit of that, of what it means as far as going to camp or getting called up to the NHL. We had 2 that were up and they're back.
Sure.
But then the Hamilton Bulldogs, I didn't get a chance to check, but I think some are still away. Is that an advantage here tonight, or that we've got all our guys and they got some of theirs away, or is it like it's the first game? It doesn't really mean much.
I think, there's a lot of ways to look
Everybody
at it.
Everybody wants to come out the gate like the golden horse, right?
And I think we're gonna. I think it does create some opportunities for us. I mean, I love that we've got guys going away to development camps with NHL teams. They come back and they bring that experience here, and we see it. If they can sustain it through the year, I think that's a really good sign for us. So I really looking forward to seeing what those guys are going to bring to the on the ice today and in the weeks to come. But any contest in the OHL, I mean, we talked about it a lot last year. They're close, no matter what. We bring our A team, they bring their B team. Do we have an opportunity? Yeah, sure we do. Yeah. But you know what?
Everybody plays the same game. I was down at, believe it or not, I know you're dedicated, but I am so dedicated. I was in Trenton today and yesterday.
Okay.
I left Trenton at noon 30 today.
30.
Got back home about 5:15.
Oh boy. That's some dedication you got going on there.
I didn't have a shower. But I'm here, right?
Yeah.
And I say that for a reason. Dedication, this Sarnia Sting team, who they have had with them for the past few years, this coaching staff, a lot of dedication has happened out there, and that's what it's made the team that it is, and I think that's going to go to the next level. But I was having a conversation with one of my buddies on the way back, and we were talking about the two sides of that coin of, well, we've got some guys away. It's kind of bittersweet.
Sure.
We want them to get called up. That's kind of the purpose, or one of the purposes of the OHL.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, we worked them really hard, and they were doing really good, and now they're going, right? Yeah. But every team has to deal with that.
Every team does. And you're honest, but we have home ice advantage, like we know this rink.
And, you got to play as many games.
Sure, but there, you know what? Again, it's a give and take. It's a lot of things that have to come together for any team to win a hockey game at any time in the O. Yeah. And the caliber, as we've talked about many times, is really high. Yeah. And that's why I love watching this.
Well, let's talk about some new caliber that has come here. Joseph Mack.
New guy we just picked
Erie
up
Otters.
Erie, that's right.
And that was for a
13th round pick in 2021. Yeah,
I believe you. What do you know about Joseph Mack?
You know what? Honestly, nothing. I've been so busy this past couple of weeks myself personally. That frankly, I'm so happy that the Sting season's here. I get a chance to come and do something that I just plain know. But no, I don't know much about him, but they seem awfully excited about him. His stats are reasonable. Yeah. I think. Let's see what he brings to the table.
I guess at the end of the day,
he'll make a statement tonight, I'm sure.
What does matter is what happens on the ice. Doesn't matter what's happened before, where you came from. But nice to know that stuff. We'll look into it.
For sure.
And yes, the people are here. Look at all the people.
Yeah.
Speaking of people, do you know who else is here? 2003 championship golfer Mike Weir.
Mike Weir is here in the house.
And he was, they were lining up outside. Did you get a chance to get in
I didn't get a chance to, no, because I was racing in here but you know what, I had my fun Mike Weir story is that I was actually at the 2012 Masters.
Okay.
Through my father, we go in the lottery every year to try and get to the Masters, and we got lucky enough to get 4 tickets to a practice round in 2012, and we got to be there. And I was actually on the tee box at the little short par 3 there as Mike Weir was coming up. And I got to shake his hand and tell him, hey, look, we came all the way from Sarnia to meet you and to see you play. Cool. And he's like, oh, that's awesome. So
I had grade 9. I used to say I went to school with Mike Weir.
Nice.
Okay. I went to the same school as Mike Weir.
Okay.
We didn't hang out, be clear.
Right.
I did have a grade 9 woodshop class with him at St. Clair High School.
Okay, nice.
And a few years ago, I have a Mike Weir story too, but we don't have enough time.
No.
But I met him hanging out. He was here for a celebrity golf tournament here in Oaks Wynyard. And got to meet him and had a good conversation with him. He probably doesn't remember because there's 10,000 of us and one of him, right?
For sure.
But Mike Weir, we're really glad to have him here at the House of Progressive Auto Sales Arena.
He's dropping the puck today.
He will be dropping the puck here tonight.
That's
exciting. It's nice to see the fans out. It's not always easy at a home opener when it's still warm and shiny outside.
Oh, I can tell you, I have a few beads on my forehead here.
We never did get. I have a motorcycle now.
Yeah, we didn't get out.
We
this
never
summer.
Got to.
But you know what? There was not a lot of good motorcycle days this year. I can tell you, it was hard.
I go during the week, man.
Well, it must be nice.
Look outside my office window. I'm going for a bike ride.
There you go. Nice.
You go. I saw you. You don't know. You were downtown in front of the theater, and I beeped at you.
I did. I saw you.
Oh, you knew that was
me?
Okay,
I told you knew. I totally knew.
You beep at people and stuff. They don't always know.
Well, because I'm directing a play right now, so we literally rehearsal starting. I'm directing A Christmas Carol.
Oh, okay.
So
for
right. Theater Sarnia, and we go off end of November. So we've just started rehearsals.
I was just talking with Andrew Colburn about Mamma Mia. So
Mamma
I'm sure we'll have you on to talk
Mamma Mia
about
opened up last night, so at the theater, so it's gonna be fun. Yeah.
Okay,
great show.
Now we're getting off track. I think we missed each other.
Yeah, 100%.
We haven't hugged and kissed yet.
That's true enough.
The fans don't want to see that.
But then again, you didn't shower today, so it's probably not going to happen.
I did not. My son, Jason, he's here once again. He's producer and director, and he's rolling his eyes at us old guys right now.
Nice.
All right, Sarnia Sting getting ready to take on the Hamilton Bulldogs. We're really excited for that. And we can hear our friend Jonathan Millett is back up there doing the announcements. And the real deal, Matt McNeil from K106.3, he'll be here doing everything as well.
Awesome.
So good to have you back, Jay.
Perfect.
Coming up next intermission, young Liam Henderson, Canada's smartest person junior, going to be right here again and talking with us. And then Jay Peckham will be back. Hi.
Friends of mine, friends of mine.
You or me, I don't know.
No, and I just saw my mom showed up, and I've got her ticket in my back pocket, so I got to get out of here. But
all right, Liam Henderson will be here. We'll be back for first period intermission. I want to say hello to all of our sponsors and all of you who are watching. We're happy to be back here. Thanks to the Sarnia Sting for welcoming us back. All right, are you ready?